Yo, what's up, Randall?
Was ist das, yo? Was ist das?
Fears,
Randall.
Randall.
Fears.
What's up, buddy? How you been?
Pretty tired, man. I haven't been to sleep in like 24 hours.
I hear you, man.
So I'm kind of tired too.
I'm pretty tired.
Fears himself just woke up from El Napo.
Yeah.
And then he took El Crapo, and then he ate a burrito Rapo.
No burrito, but El Coffeo. El Coffeo.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't feeling good. I wasn't feeling good today, Randall, and so I pretty much just slept all day.
Excuses, Fears. When are you gonna get on your book? Let's get this going.
My book.
Get this show on the road.
My book. Oh, I've been writing, Randall.
Yeah.
I've been writing.
Okay.
I told you that 2 weeks ago I wrote a little bit, but no, I didn't feel good at all, you guys. I did not feel good. So I pretty much just slept in. And my friend at church texted me and said, "Hey, are you coming, Fears?" And I was like, "Buddy," I said, "I will be there for Easter Sunday, but I said, I'm not coming in today." And Randall, I went to bed early.
Yeah.
I just did not feel good. I woke up with a massive headache. It was nuts, man. But anyway,
Yeah.
So how was your day, buddy?
Pretty good. I mean, I got a lot of work done in the last 24 hours.
Yeah, I
a lot
heard
of work done.
Well, I saw on Facebook, buddy, that you wrote your whole your whole next book in one day.
Yeah, I called it's going to be called the One Day Screenplay: How to Write a Screenplay in 24 Hours.
Wow, that's awesome, buddy. So
yeah,
when can we expect that to hit your Amazon page?
Well, I'm gonna get a proofreader to do a once over on it, because a lot of people were complaining like, "Oh, Randy, you spelled your wrong a lot," and I'm like, "Look, my last book was like friggin' Every Day Was Magic was like 236 pages. Every book has typos in it, even the Bible." So
Randall, I have
but this one I'm gonna get a post.
Yeah, Randall, I have to ask, when you went to your writers group, you posted all the links to all the Fears Man videos. Did they watch them? What did they think of them? And what did they think of one of our scripts?
No, none of them have watched them yet because I didn't link it to them because I'm not going to the writers group until tomorrow. So
okay. Yeah, have them watch it and let me know if they like it or if they don't like it. I'm just curious. I'm curious to see another outsider's opinion.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Okay.
Well, welcome, guys. Forgive me and Randall. Randall's a little tired. I'm a little tired, but we said that we would do a show today, so here we are. Yeah, Randall, I just I had a massive headache when I woke up this morning. It was pounding. Mm-hmm. It's better now.
You can call this the low energy stream.
Yeah, to say the least. I mean, I'm going to try to get the energy up. That's why I got the coffee a brewing, and Randall's got a Red Bull somewhere.
Who said that? I didn't say that.
Well, you usually have a Red Bull handy.
Yeah, I don't have any energy drinks handy.
Wow, no Red Bulls. All right.
No.
That's not a typical Randy.
Well, usually I have Monsters, but yeah, I know what you mean.
You got any Monsters handy?
No.
Well, if Randy needs to pick me up, I don't know what to tell you. All right, Randy. So today we're doing two topics. We're reviewing Escape Plan, the amazing film with Sylvester Stallone in it and Arnold Schwarzenegger. They made it a few years back.
Yeah.
Great film, by the way. And then we're going to be doing the Randall and Fears interview. So let's review Escape Plan. Randall, I'll let you take the ball on this one. Kind of give a 10-second version about what the movie's about, and then we'll roll into it.
Well, Fears actually gave me the DVD, and I was surprised as hell at the quality of it. It's an incredibly smart movie. It's about a penetration tester. He's a person who goes into prisons and breaks out of them so that the prisons can bone up on their security and learn how to build a better prison.
Yep.
But he gets betrayed by one of his own, and he gets in a real prison for real. And it turns out it's a battleship at sea, and he has to escape that.
It's supposed to be like this unbreakable prison on this ship.
Yeah, and Arnold Schwarzenegger and both Sylvester Stallone are in it in a tour de force, so it's pretty good.
And so basically, what they do is they combine forces and find a crack in this unbeatable prison, and they eventually break out.
Yeah, and this is one of the first films besides The Expendables that both Sly and Arnold have been in together.
Yeah, so they've done a lot of separate projects.
Yeah,
but they've rarely ever teamed up because Randall, they actually used to hate each other.
Yeah,
and now they actually like each other.
Yeah, I know. And what I like about it are the characters are very smart. They're very observant.
Yeah.
Like they track the mannerisms and the patterns of the prison guards. And like Sylvester Stallone has like a nickname for one of the prison guards called Duck Walk, because all the prison guards are totally covered. They have their masks covered. That you can't see anything about them, only their body language and how they carry themselves. And I thought it was very smart. And it's always cool to see, body language reading and facial expression reading and stuff like that.
And also,
script.
Also, he says there's 3 tools to break out of a prison: knowing the layout, having inside or outside help, and what's the third one, Randall?
I don't remember.
I can't remember, but he said if you don't have those 3, then you'll never break out of the prison. Mm-hmm. So it takes him a little while to figure out those 3 things. I think it's knowing the layout, having inside or outside help to break you out, and I can't think of the third one. I can't remember what it was, but it's a great film. How would you rate it, Randall? 1 through 10. 10 being the best film, 1 being the worst film.
Well, like again, I said I was incredibly surprised with this film. Again, I like both Arnold and Sly. It was a smart film, had a good concept, was executed very well. I would give it a 9.5.
I would just give it a 9. I would give it a 9. I thoroughly enjoyed it. If you guys have never seen, it does have 2 sequels. So there's 3 movies in the whole. I have all 3. The third one I've never seen. The second one, it's all right. It's all right. The first one is the best one. So sometime this week, I'm gonna watch the third one and see what the third one's all about, because I have to complete the trilogy, Randall.
Yeah, there are some good sequels for yours. Like Spider-Man 2 was good. The Empire Strikes Back was good. T2 was good.
There are some amazing sequels. Just as a rule of thumb, sometimes I don't like sequels.
Heroes and Collectibles says he wants a yo-yo.
Yo! What's up, Heroes and Villains? Yeah, there's very seldom sequels I like. But I do like some sequels. Like Empire Strikes Back, I love because
Aliens was a good sequel.
Well, don't ruin it for me, Randall. I've yet to see Aliens 2, 3, 4, 5.
Oh my God.
I've only seen the very first.
Lord in heaven. You need to watch Aliens right now. You need to shut this down and watch Aliens.
You know what, Randall? And I've got a whole I've got a whole Blu-ray DVD bundle of all the Aliens. Prometheus, all of them. I've got them all. I just haven't had time to sit down.
Even Covenant?
Yeah. I believe so, yeah. They have all of them there. I've only been able to watch Aliens so far, but I will. I'll get around to it. I've got so many movies and television shows. If you remember, I got to watch all that.
Yeah.
Right now I'm watching old episodes of Airwolf. Yes, I'm still trying to get through Airwolf. The 4th season is so crappy that it's taking forever to get through. And I'm watching new episodes of MacGyver. Yeah, um, uh, not the old episodes. They made a new version of it in 2016. I do like some aspects. It's not really a sequel, Randall. It's kind of it's a revamp, a rehash uh, um, of the old one, basically.
Yeah, I saw 2 or 3 episodes. I wasn't impressed. I clocked out.
So you saw the new version of MacGyver?
Yeah, having a small person as the boss, I was like, nah, that's a little bit
Well,
too
well,
comedic and off the wall for me. That's
well,
too zany for a MacGyver show.
well, well. Thornton is a woman now, and back in the day, in the '80s, Thornton was his best friend, and he's a big fat guy.
Yeah.
So they switched some things around. MacGyver's a middle-aged man, like in the old one, like he's around anywhere from 32 to 39. And in this
Uh,
one, he's like in this new one, he's like 25.
yeah.
Like 25, 26. He's just got out of college and stuff. So they switched some things around. Some things I like about the new one, but I mean, again, nothing will top the old 80s one. I mean,
Yeah.
I used to watch MacGyver with my dad all the time.
The new MacGyver is just too wacky for me. Just I mean, like you couldn't be any wackier than if you made his partner a circus clown. I mean,
Yeah. His well, they did get that right in the old one. Jack Dalton, in the old one he was Goofy,
yeah,
and he was MacGyver's best friend, but he was Goofy, but he wasn't as goofy as this new guy. This new guy, he's like a super action, trigger happy gun guy, always cracking jokes. He's not even a pilot, Randall. Like in the old one, Jack Dalton was a few things. He was a pilot. He was MacGyver's best friend. He sometimes came on MacGyver's missions and was like his sidekick, but not all
mm-hmm.
the time. Not all the time, because Jack Dalton in the old one had his own life. In this new version, Jack Dalton is not a pilot. He always comes on the missions with MacGyver. So again, there's some things that I like about the new hash, the new version of it, and those other parts where I'm like, this is horrible.
Yeah,
But they do use some of the old MacGyver tricks from the old series, and then they have some new ones. So he's always doing MacGyver stuff. And thank God they brought into this new series his pocket knife, because you can't really do MacGyver without the pocket knife. And they brought his brown leather jacket, because MacGyver in the 80s always wore his brown leather jacket. So they got a few things right. So, yeah.
mm-hmm.
And what's funny is I watched some of them behind the scenes, Randall. They used, I don't know who saved it, but in one of the behind the scenes, they said, we don't have much from the original MacGyver television show, but they said someone saved one of his pocket knives and someone saved one of his leather jackets. So they said in some scenes we use the actual pocket knife from the old 80s series, and in some scenes we use the old leather jacket. I don't know if it's in every scene, because it looks like an up-to-date pocket watch, but in some scenes he uses like an 80s one. So
Yeah.
I don't know. So maybe
what a lot of people don't know is some movie props don't age well. Like they had Michael Keaton's Batman costume in a museum for a while, but it's made out of foam rubber, and that stuff deteriorates really quickly. So after a while, they said, "Oh, we can't show this anymore because it's deteriorated so much under the light; it doesn't look good anymore."
Oh, Randall, I know you're a big Batman fan, and before we get into the topics tonight, since you bring up a good point, sometimes props, if they whatever they're made out of, sometimes they age very well. Other times, the filmmakers and the historians have to go into those props and clean them up,
Yeah.
So right when you brought up Batman and Michael Keaton, I said, well, Michael Keaton is coming back as Batman. So I said, I guarantee you for this new Flash movie crossover Batman, whatever they're going to do, I guarantee you it looks like they made his suits out of the same rubber and all that stuff. But I said, I guarantee you, they're all new suits, but they made them look like they aged them to look like the old Batman suit from the 80s. Guaranteed.
Yeah.
Guaranteed. So they're new, but they just aged them down like, hey, he's been wearing this for decades.
Yeah.
You know, because they have his old Batmobile in the trailer.
Yeah.
In his old Bat.
Well, the Batmobile was metal, so that would not deteriorate.
But I'm saying that's
but
what
the Bat costume was made out of foam rubber, and over time that stuff cracks and falls and like turns to dust.
That's what I'm saying. So they have all of his old stuff, his old Batarang, his old Batmobile, and his old suit. But the suit looks new, but they aged it to make it look like, hey, I'm still Batman. I'm old Batman, but I've been wearing the same shit for like 25 plus years.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
So what's up, heroes? Heroes, I've been noticing that you've been putting out a lot of MegaCon stuff. I cannot wait to watch it, buddy. I didn't really feel good today, heroes. I had a massive headache, and I had a little bit of a stomach ache. Thank God the stomach ache's gone, and thank God the headache's almost gone. But unfortunately, Randall, I didn't get to church today. I was exhausted.
Yeah.
And it's good that I got a couple of naps in because I've got work tonight, and I really don't want to call in sick. So, yeah.
Uh-huh.
But Easter is coming up, and I swear to God I will be there at Easter Sunday because that's one of the most important days. So, Randall, do you want to what else can we say about Escape Plan before we move on to the Randall and Fears interview?
Again, it was a highly surprising movie. And there were now here's the thing. I didn't actually get to see it all in its entirety because there were some scratches on the DVD and some of the scenes skipped. But all the scenes that I saw were amazing and just incredibly cleverly written with all the details that they got. Like one of the characters creates a little compass to navigate the stars.
Oh, yeah.
So when they get out of the ship that they can, build a raft and like float back to America. So it's pretty cool.
So what was your favorite scene, Randall?
My favorite scene was when, any scene where Arnold Schwarzenegger and Sylvester Stallone were on screen together, that was my favorite scene, because they've had animosity for so long. It's so good to see them finally getting along together.
Well, I think eventually, I think at the start of their career, they started to hate each other, but somewhere in the 90s, I think they called like a truce and said, hey, look, you're a great actor. You're a great action hero. I'm a great action hero. You're a great actor, so let's just end this beef. Yeah. And they eventually became friends. So I've got two favorite scenes, Randall. I cannot pick between them. The first one's where Sly's character says to Arnold's character, well, I'm going to need a distraction. And he goes, no problem. And Arnold gets up, goes over to this guy. I don't know. Do you need to answer the phone?
Hold on. Hello?
I'll wait until Randall finishes. Because this scene is hilarious. By the way, I feel better now, guys. I got some rest, but I'm telling you, I woke up with a massive headache, and I was like, I'm not going into church. I should have. But I swear to God, I am going next week.
Okay, I'm back.
Yeah, Randall, I was telling the fans I had such a massive headache when I woke up. It was killing me. Thank God the headache's gone.
Yeah.
I pretty much slept all day. I don't know why. I didn't even stay up late because I knew I was going to go to church tomorrow, which I ended up not going. So I went to bed early. I went to bed like at 10:30.
Yeah. Okay. So, I think that ends the. So I think that pretty much ends the.
Hang on, Randall. So my favorite scene is. My favorite scene is Sly's character says to Arnold's character, "Hey, I'm gonna need a distraction." He goes, "No problem." He walks over to some guy. And the guy doesn't like Arnold's character, and he goes, "Step back." And he goes, "I know you." And then the guy's like, "You don't know shit. Now I'm telling you, step back." And he goes, "Oh, now I remember." And he goes, "Remember what?" He goes, "Your mother. She was my favorite whore in Marrakesh. man, she could polish off a helmet. And the guy just goes, you son of a bitch, and gets up. They start a full out riot, buddy. And every time Arnold says it, I fucking lose my mind. He's like, oh, now I remember. He goes, your mother, she was my favorite whore in Marrakesh. Man, she could polish off a helmet. And he's doing this with his hands, Randall. I couldn't take it. I was on the floor dying. Because the way Arnold does it, oh, God, I was losing it. So that's my and then a full-on riot happens in the prison. Everyone's just beating the shit out of each other, going nuts. Yo, Pretend Stories, what's up? His classic hi and bye. Why even show up?
Hi, Fears. Bye, Fears.
Why don't you just stay? I don't understand. I don't understand what he's trying to prove, Randall.
Because he's on Eastern Standard Time and Pacific Standard Time.
Yeah, but, I mean, what's the point of just coming in and going, hey, bye? If you're going to say hey, then stay and hang out. I don't get it. I really don't.
He's just popping in, Fierce. He's just popping in to say,
so
acknowledge the Fierce man and all his fierce glory.
Well, I appreciate that, Pretend Stories. I just wish he would stay because he's our good buddy and I want him to stay, but whatever. So that's my first favorite scene, Randall. My second favorite scene is probably when is the very first scene in the movie where he describes how he breaks out of prisons, why he breaks out of prisons for a living, the layout of the first prison that he ever broke out of.
Yeah.
And then he says, here's the layout and here's the way I broke out of the current prison I'm out of.
Mm-hmm.
And he breaks out and then literally he just walks up to a phone booth. Now that was kind of far-fetched.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of phone booths in America anymore. There may be some phone booths in some random like rural towns and shit. But
in some what kind of towns?
Some old like broken down rural like countryside towns, you know, like like Randall, I'll be honest, there is still a phone booth in Wentzville. Well, at least it was there last time I was in town.
Yeah.
And it's still a working phone booth, and I was like, wow, I can't believe that's still there. Which, by the way, Randall, I saw what you wrote in the Discord. People in the Discord were giving me shit like, oh, Fears, you know, and they were like, it's your town, Fears, and you don't know how many people live in it. I swear to God, at one time, Wentzville was a small town.
Yeah.
In the 80s and 90s.
And I said it's very hard to estimate that because, number one, you don't see everybody outside. Some people are in buildings. And when you're in a building, you don't know how many people are in there unless you're looking through the windows. There could be like...
Randall, it's not just that. There's not many, like, buildings in Wentzville. It's literally a long stretch of road. And then on the outskirts of Wentzville, there's a couple of like trailer parks where people live in trailers. There's a excuse me, on the outskirts, there's a couple of like housing developments and some.
You know, I was defending you in that.
I know,
right?
I know, but I'm defending myself too. I appreciate you defending me, but I'm trying to tell people because like when I said only like 2,000, 3,000 people. Fucking idiot Quentin comes in. He's like, what? Was that like in the 1800s, Fears? And I'm like, no, you fucking idiot. It was probably in, I don't know, the 80s and 90s that 2,000 or 3,000 people. I know it's grown a little bit, Randall. A little bit, because there's some new businesses every time I come home.
Yeah.
But literally, Wentzville, I swear to God, is fucking hell.
Yeah, I feel a little bit sick myself. I do too.
No, I ate some grapes and some nuts, and I fucking keep choking on it. Give me one second.
Richie Wright says, hi, Fears and Cameo Man. Hi,
Every
Richie.
time I try to talk, fucking a grape or a nut is like stuck right here. Give me a fucking second because I feel like I'm fucking choking.
All right. We'll say hi to Richie. Hi, EST. Hi, Heroes and Collectibles.
Here we are.
Hi, Mr. StreamYard.
Yo, Richie, what's up? So that's why I can't stand that idiot Randall, because if it isn't precise, they give you shit in the Discord. I'm like, you're a fucking moron. I'm like, I'm sure it was 2,000 or 3,000 people in the 80s and 90s. I know it's 2023, you idiot. So I guarantee you there's more people that live there. What's the amount that lives there? I don't know. And there's some businesses that have spruced up, Randall. That's what I'm trying to say.
Mm-hmm.
I get that. But what I'm saying is not many businesses have spruced up, right? Literally, Wentzville is one stretch of road with a bunch of businesses, and then on the outskirts, there's a couple of trailer parks and a couple of farms that people live in, and then there's subdivisions that my mom and dad used to live in, and then they moved to a different subdivision when they retired because my mom and dad lived in that big, like their dream mansion, and then when my mom couldn't handle that massive mansion anymore. I told my mom and my dad, I'm like, why don't you guys get like a small, like ranch house? And that's what they did. And now they live in a small community where it's literally 2-story houses and some ranch houses. And it's a very nice little subdivision. But besides that, that's all that Wentzville is. So that's why I was like, all right, on the next stream, I'm going to defend myself. Yeah. Because I'm like, one, that fucking idiot, and most of those idiots in the Discord don't know what the hell they're talking about. I know what the hell I'm talking about because guess what? I used to live in Wentzville. I think I would know it a little bit better than you fucking idiots. That's all I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
So, but I'll look it up. I'll look it up right now, Randall, just to prove a point because
Richie's doing good. That's good, Richie.
I'm glad you're doing good, buddy.
You got any question for the Fears Man or the Cameo Man?
So here we go, Randall. What is the population of Wentzville? So they said according from 2000, sir, I'm choking on something, Randall. This is fucking retarded.
Yeah, get a drink of water and
I'm getting fucking pissed. I can barely talk.
Yeah.
Fucking hell. All right. So, Randall, this is a direct quote from Google. They said from statistics from 2020 to 2023, the estimate population of Wentzville is 40,000. Mm-hmm. That's exactly a direct quote from Google.
Yeah.
So there it is. It's around 40,000.
Joy Boy wants to know, is this verbal karate? No, but I did get John verbal judo. That's a pretty cool conflict resolution book. It's good.
Well, sorry, Joy Boy. One, I could barely talk because I think I ate too many nuts and grapes because I've been trying to eat healthier, Randall. Something was stuck here because every time I tried to fucking talk, like going nuts and shit, I'm like, I don't want to die on camera. So, Randall, I just had to get that out before we go on. I was like, I've lived in that town for so long. I fucking know what I'm talking about. You people are fucking idiots. I know what the hell I'm talking about Wentzville. But again, that's what they do, Randall. They love to like, well, you didn't get it right, Fears. I got it almost right. You're an idiot. Like, who cares if I didn't get it precisely right?
Triple says, Randy, if Fears got bit on the behind by a snake, would I suck the poison out? This would, I would never know until that actual situation
it's okay if you said no, because I told Triple if this ever happened, I would never suck the poison out of my.
Yeah, I would take Fears to a doctor first, Joy Boy.
Exactly. That's exactly what I said, Randall.
Yeah, I take him to a doctor. There we go.
I don't care what friend it was, Eric, Randall, Visions. I would find another way. There's no way that I would do a classic City Slickers. That's from City Slickers, Randall. Where Daniel Stearns.
Yeah, I remember.
Mitch,
you don't need to replay it.
Mitch, quick, suck the poison out of my ass. And he's like, I don't know if I can do this, buddy. And he's like,
Billy Crystal's waffling.
Yeah, and then he's like, you're gonna let me die, Mitch? He's like, do it. And he goes, okay. All right. And then the guy bends over, and then Randall, I was losing it. Then Daniel Stearns' character's like, would you suck already? And then he pulls his pants down and he goes, that is not a snake bite. He goes, you sat on a cactus. And he goes, you really care, Mitch. You really care. You were going to do it. you were going to suck on my ass. And I fucking lost it, Randall, when he said that. But he gets so emotional with it. You were going to do it. You were going to suck on my ass.
Yeah.
I lost it, Randall. It was so good. But no.
Let the memes commence.
Triple, I would do what Randall said. I would do whatever it takes to save my friend, except for suck on his ass. I would take him to the emergency room, a hospital, and be like,
well, if they don't have any memes now, Fears, they do now.
I don't care. Randall, they had memes before. Who gives a shit? You know what? I even gave a meme to Visions. I don't really care about memes. I think memes. I just don't like when they do evil trolling. I don't care about memes. I think memes are funny. I even gave one to Vision. I said, hey, Vision, I said, you know what one of your next meme shirts should be? And he goes, what's up, Fears? I said, well, you know how I'm always red? I said, you should make a red T-shirt with a red, with my head on it as a red tomato face Fears.
Yeah.
I said, I would wear that. And he goes, that actually is pretty funny. That's what Visions said. I said, go ahead and do it, Visions. I said, that would be hilarious. So I don't really care about memes. I just care about when they troll like really evil shit about you, Randall, and me. All I care about is my friends and my family, you know?
Yeah.
And I care about my church and other stuff like that. But as long as they don't make fun of my dad or you, Randall, or any of my friends or me, like whenever they get real personal, that's when I get pissed off.
You just gave them ideas, Fears.
Well, they're usually really good about not doing all that stuff because they know they'll get blocked instantly, Randall.
Yeah.
So every once in a blue moon they do it, and if they do it, then they know they're going to get blocked. And if they
what is the actual title of this show?
The Fears Podcast.
No, I mean, like, what's the episode title?
The Fears Podcast, the Randall and Fears interview, and then reviewing Escape Plan.
Okay.
Yeah.
You like to do everything backwards.
Well, I just thought before we start the interview that we would get the Escape Plan out of the way, and then we were answering people's questions.
Yeah, that was a top-notch movie. That was probably one of the most surprising movies of all time.
It was really
I haven't been surprised that much ever since I saw No Country for Old Men by Joel.
Well, I thought it was going to be cheesy, and then I started watching it, and I was like, this is really good. This is really good.
Yeah, and like Sly Stallone and Arnold have put out some stinkers in the past few years. Yeah. And some of them have been really terrible, but like Escape Plan was surprisingly amazing.
All right, you want to hear a bad stinker, Randall? One of the worst movies that Sly has ever made. Yeah, it's got some funny moments in it, but I really wish Sly would never have made this film.
Yeah.
Stop or Your Mom Will Shoot. That is the most horrible shit garbage I've ever seen in my life.
Stop or My Mom Will Shoot. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, God. Joy Boy says, you know what, Fears? You may want to go see a doctor. Listen, Joy Boy, you hit it on the nail. If Randall got bit by a snake in his ass, I would grab Randall, throw him in a car, and take him to the first emergency ward unit that was available. And I'd be like, quick, my friend.
What Joy Boy says, you should get that cough checked out, buddy.
No, it wasn't that. I just, Joy Boy, I was eating a bunch of like nuts and grapes, and something got lodged here, and I kept coughing. So, yeah. So I couldn't take it anymore.
I
couldn't take it anymore. I guess I ate the grapes too quickly, Randall. So I was like, give me a second. I need to drink some coffee to get whatever stuck right here down because I don't want to die on camera. But no, triple Joy Boy, that's exactly what I do. If my friend got bit by a snake, I would never suck on any of my friends' ass to suck the poison out. I would be like, grab him, throw him in a car, take him to a hospital, go up to the first doctor or nurse and be like, you guys need to hurry quickly, help my friend. He's only got a limited amount of time. He just got bit by a snake and it was a poisonous snake. Help him out. And then they would wheel you off, Randall, and then I would start instantly praying. And I'd be like, I hope to God I got Randall to a hospital in time for them to get the poison out. Randall, I don't even know how they would do it. How would they, if you took up someone to the hospital, do you know what they would do to get the poison?
They'd probably have a machine suck it out.
Okay. Because, man, Randall, I forgot, is that in City Slickers 1 or 2?
I don't care, and I don't know.
I think it's number 2, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a funny movie. So, yeah, Randall, would you recommend people go see Escape Plan?
Yeah, definitely. The first one, absolutely. And like I said, I got a scratch DVD, so I haven't seen the entire movie all the way through, but the stuff that I saw was amazing.
Yeah, I gave Randall my old DVD copy because I bought it on Blu-ray. So,
Yeah.
Randall, I'm sorry that the DVD got scratched. I don't know how I scratched it, but I apologize, buddy.
Yeah.
The next time you come to visit me, Randall, or the next time I come visit you, Randall's been begging me for. I got the Avengers movie for you, buddy, so you can have that one.
Yeah.
So I got that one on Blu-ray a couple months back. So I'm gonna give Randall. I hope that one isn't scratched, Randall.
Yeah.
By the way, Randall, new shirt, new Scream hat. What do you think?
Pretty good. Pretty good.
Well, this was at Walmart. This was like $5 or $6. This was at Walmart, I think, for like $9 or $10. It's a very comfy shirt. It's a very comfy shirt. Randall, I've been trying to get all my old like clothes out of my closet and take them to Goodwill.
Uh-huh.
We all know Fears is bad at shopping. Why? Because I hate shopping. I cannot stand it. I still had stuff in my closet from college and high school, and I was like, fuck this shit. I need to get all this old crap out of my closet. So I just have been gathering stuff up, putting it in a trash bag, taking it to Goodwill. I still got maybe 2 or 3 trips to finally get rid of all the old shit, and finally I'll have all new clothes in my closet, thank God. So I wish I wouldn't have waited, but yeah. But no, Joy Boy, that's why I was coughing. Anyway, seems like a hot April day in Florida. Oh, it was. It was pretty hot today. Here, let me check the weather on my weather app. I think I got up to 96 today, Joy Boy, but let me check my weather app right now. So right now in Paramount. What are you laughing about, Randall?
I read the chat.
That's pretty funny. Hey, guess what? You know what also is funny? Yeah, you're gone. How about that? That's a great joke. Yeah, they're such idiots, Randall. I love it. Yeah, right now, Joy Boy, I looked at my app. Right now, according to my weather app, 91 right now. So not too bad. But yeah, that was funny, Randall. I'll give him that. Like,
I'm sorry, Pierce. I'm sorry.
It's all right.
Yeah.
Like I meant to scratch it. That's how much they're fucking idiots, Randall. And I can't win anything I do. Anything. If I put my hat on wrong, oh, you put your hat on, dude. They're so fucking idiots.
Yeah.
Oh my God. So yeah, Randall. So you would recommend this movie?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
I would 100% recommend this movie. I love Escape Plan. The sequels, I'll be honest. The second one, I'll be honest, Randall. In the sequel, he goes into an even tougher prison than number 1. That's what's cool about number 2. They keep upping the ante of the prison. And in the second one, he goes, I don't know if I can break out of this one. He goes, this one, there's no flaws. He goes, are no flaws yet that I found.
Mm-hmm.
But eventually he finds a flaw and then he breaks out of that one. So I've seen the second one. I've never seen the third one, but I'm going to watch it soon.
Uh-huh.
But, the more sequels you make, it's hard when you make sequels because you always have to try to out-top the first one. If you don't out-top the first one, then it sucks.
Yeah. Fears, I only want to go till 1 hour 30 because I have to go get dinner because I haven't eaten today. I mean, except for 2 bacon, egg, and cheese biscuits.
I wanted to go a little longer than that, buddy.
All right, we'll go 2 hours, but yeah.
Yeah, I wanted to go a little.
And plus, I have like 40 questions, and usually it takes each of us like 5 minutes to answer each question. So that should be like 80 minutes right there.
I'll try to answer quickly, Randall. But yeah.
No, I like the long answers, and I think the viewing audience likes the long answers because that's more content.
Well, yeah. Well, the thing is whenever I answer, I want it to be a nice, in-depth, thing, Randall. I want it to be a nice, in-depth thing. I want it to be a good, well thought out answer for you.
Yeah.
How does one?
Yeah, and I appreciate the good, well thought out answers.
Wait, Joy Boy says, how does one scratch so many DVDs though? Do you just fling them out of the player. No. I mean, I've probably had that movie for a long time, and it just got scratched by accident.
DVDs actually scratch easy. That's one of the things I don't like about DVDs. Two of the things I do like about DVDs is you get director's commentary. And also with DVDs, the internet is shit around here because Florida weather is crazy.
That's why.
So sometimes the internet goes out, and if the internet goes out, you can't watch anything on YouTube or anything.
Yeah. So the thing is, there's two things that I hate about living about Florida, and Randall hit one of them. Sometimes the internet is great, and because of all the bad weather, sometimes
it's shit.
The internet is shit. Me and Randall be streaming. That's why on the last stream it kept cutting in and out. So I guarantee you it'll cut out at least once in this stream. If it doesn't, I'll be astounded. Another thing is when sometimes when I call my family or when Randall calls me or I call Randall, because of the bad weather, the phone will cut out.
Yeah.
Randall, there's one time where I called my mom back 10 times because it kept cutting out. And I finally said, "Hey, Mom, I can't take this anymore. I'll just call you tomorrow."
Yeah.
And she went, "All right." And then my mom was like, "Is it my bad reception?" I said, "Mom, it's probably mine." I said, "I just don't want to keep calling you back." I said, "Because it's annoying." I said,
that happened to us just yesterday.
Yeah, I was like, "I'll just call you back."
Me just yesterday.
Yeah, so me and Randall, I must have called Randall back 5 times, and I finally said, "Randall, I can't take this anymore because every time you call back, you lose your train of thought." Me and Randall said, "I don't even remember what we were talking about, for you." I said, "I don't either, Randall." So I said, "I'll just call you back tomorrow." Yeah. So those two things I fucking hate.
Luckily, the last call lasted the longest.
Finally, Randall got out because Randall was trying to get something out. I was trying to get something out, and I said, "Randall, if it cuts out one more time, I'm done, and I'll just call you tomorrow."
Yeah.
Finally, Randall got out his train of thought, and then we continued on. But those two things, Joy Boy, they suck. All right, Randall, let's get to the first question. But yeah,
I have a shit ton of questions.
But to end on it, if you've never watched Escape Plan, me and Randall give it a double thumbs up. Watch it; it's pretty awesome. It's really good. I highly suggest that movie. It's really good. Arnold does a bang up job in it. Sly does just a pretty good bang up job too. They're both great actors. Watch it. All right, Randall. Question 1, buddy.
Okay, so now I'm on a different window, so I can't see the stream or the chat. So if I start to fuzz out, just like yell my name or something.
That's all right.
Okay.
If a question pops up, well, I'm going to be asking questions too, Randall. So I'm going to be back and forth.
And these questions, every question either one of us asks, both of us have to give an answer.
Yeah. So some of these questions I prepared. So did Randall, and other questions are going to come from the internet like we did last time. Yeah. Me and Randall love interviewing each other. We do. We always have. We even did this shit in film school. Remember that, Randall?
Yeah. Okay. So first question is, what is your next book after The Lonely Ghost?
Oh, man, Randall. You know what? I haven't even got done with the first book, so my answer...
Well, I mean, like, do you have an idea for a next book? Not in the franchise, but
no, I don't. No, let me get through the first book before we get to the next book, buddy.
Okay.
If I had to answer now, I would love to make a time travel book because I love time travel. They'll probably never invent it. They'll probably invent it long after I'm dead, Randall. But if they ever figure out time travel, that would be a cool invention.
How do you know they don't have it figured out?
Again, Randall, they may have already had it. They may have it. They may not. But, if they do have it, they haven't told the general public about it.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well, they haven't told the general public about a lot of things.
That's true. Remember, I talked a couple of weeks ago about aliens and shit. The government must think that we're morons. Like, I love how they're like, "Oh, yeah, it didn't happen. Oh, we're sorry. It was a down weather balloon." Bitch, you're lying to us. It's not a goddamn down weather balloon.
Yeah.
It was an alien spacecraft. They thought, well, maybe humans can they can deal with this. Then all of a sudden the next day, the government's like, "What are you, nuts? It's the 1940s. They're not going to be able to deal with this. We better switch this." And then what did they do? The very next day, Randall, they switched the newspaper and go, "Oh, yeah, we're sorry. Yeah, we made a mistake. It wasn't, an alien spacecraft. It was a down weather balloon. Sorry. And everyone was like, no, the government, you're an idiot. We already know that it was this. So I love when I have nothing against the government, but I love it when they think that the general public are idiots.
Yeah.
I'm like, we're not idiots. Humans are not idiots.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So my next book, Every Day is Magic 2, is going to kind of be like Die Hard in a casino where Die Hard meets Now You See Me. So that's what basically it's going to be about.
By the way, Randall, Now You See Me, they've got 2 movies out of that, right?
Yeah, they were working on a third, but the second one didn't do too well, so they might have canceled it.
I saw the first one, Randall, and it was good. I loved it. I haven't seen the second one yet.
Okay.
I'm planning on it, though. And Joy Boy, thank you for your nice comment. He says, The Lonely Ghost was a good video. I appreciate it. It's one of my favorite videos that I've ever made. It's not my favorite, Joy Boy, but it's one of my favorites, But Randall, you've made so many videos. I hate to sound like a boring answer or on repeat, but Randall, your first Thrilling 3 video is without a doubt my favorite video that you've ever made, besides the first episode of Cameo Man and Fears Man.
Yeah.
Those would be the next 2. Your very first episode that you ever showed me of Cameo Man, I love.
Mm-hmm.
Then that episode of Cameo Man that you called The Rubber Bullets. That one's a good favorite of mine. And then I love the first episode of Fears Man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Joy Boy says, Now You See Me was a fun movie. Yeah, the first one was great. I've just never seen the second one. So yeah. Okay, Randall, my next question. When does your new book, when do you think your new book will be out and available and ready to go for Amazon?
Sometime in April or May.
Nice. Yeah. All right, sweet.
When do you think The Lonely Ghost will be out?
You know what? I'm going to put this on me. Fears is lazy when it comes to writing, so who the hell knows?
Yeah.
Who the hell knows? I'll be honest, Randall. I don't consider myself much as a writer. I consider myself more of a filmmaker. I love editing more than writing. I do like writing, though. I keep a journal. So sometimes I write in my journal. Well, I don't write. I type in my journal, but same thing.
Can you read us an excerpt from your journal?
No, because there's a lot of personal things in there, and anything I read on camera, the trolls, I don't mean to bring them up, but they take every advantage, Randall. If I read anything personal, then they would attack me with it. So never in a cold day in hell would I read anything from my personal journal. Because it's my deepest thoughts and feelings,
Yeah.
So yeah. Joy Boy says, Randy likes writing. You should let him write it.
I wouldn't mind co-writing something with you.
That would be cool.
Yeah, Fears Man.
That's my favorite type of writing. When me and Randall come up with a script together, I've helped Randy write a Cameo Man script, and Randall's helped me many times. That's why, Joy Boy, whenever at the end of a Fears Man cartoon, sometimes it says written by Randy, sometimes it says written by Fears, because sometimes I've written it by myself. Sometimes Randy's wrote one by himself. Other times we've written it together. I'm like, hey, Randy, I wrote the first scene. I haven't got any ideas for scene 2. Give me some ideas. What would Fears Man do next in the next scene?
Yeah.
And then Randy will throw out his ideas. I'll throw out my ideas. And then we write it together. So like this newest one, me and Randy wrote episode 5 together. I wrote some of it. Randy wrote a little bit of the middle, and I wrote pretty much the end.
Yeah.
So we share whatever we do in the credits. I always give Randy full dedication for all the animation, because I didn't do one part of the animation. I'm not good at drawing. I like to draw like little doodles and shit, but Randy gets all the animation credit.
Yeah.
But like the writing and the acting, that's what I get. And yeah. All right, Randall, whose turn is it?
It's mine.
Go ahead.
If you could meet only 3 people before you died, who would they be and why?
do the people that I get to meet, can they already be dead and I get to meet them and they come back to life?
Well, this is people you meet before you die,
No,
not
I'm
people
saying,
you meet in heaven.
no, I'm saying, can I meet someone that's already passed over?
Yeah.
So for sure, I'm a big fan of Elvis. I would love to meet Elvis.
Mm-hmm.
So Elvis, Steven Spielberg. You said 3, right?
Yeah.
So Elvis, Steven Spielberg. Because I'm already gonna see my dad when I go to heaven. So,
Mm.
I mean that's a given. But
Yeah.
Elvis, Steven Spielberg, probably George Lucas. Those 3.
Yeah.
I would give anything in the world to sit down and talk to George Lucas and interview him for my YouTube channel, even if it was just for 2 minutes, Randall, 5 minutes, even if it was for a minute, because he's a genius. Same thing with Steven Spielberg. I'd be like, Steven, I know you only have limited time. Just answer a few questions for me.
Yeah.
And if he looked at me and said, Fears, I'm only going to give you 5 minutes, that would be some of the best 5 minutes I've ever had in my entire life, Randall.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. Same question. Go ahead.
I would have to say I would want to meet Tina Cote, Amy Jo Johnson, and Mila Jovovich.
Oh, I forgot Nev Campbell. Well, everyone knows I've got a hard-on for Nev Campbell's.
Yeah.
I didn't want to do a classic Fears response and say, Randall, can I have 4? But that's a given. Everybody knows that I fucking love Nev Campbell.
I would love to pick Tina Cote's brains because she has been in so many bizarre, off-the-wall films.
She's been in a lot of films. I mean, a lot.
She's been in 17, and I can name them all by heart.
But I mean, 17, that's a lot of films. I mean, that's a lot.
Yeah, and she was in an episode of Baywatch, and she was in some Tostitos ads. Because she's been in such bizarre, crazy movies. It'd be really good to get her stories. And
did she do the classic Baywatch run where her boobs are all flopping up and down in slow motion?
I don't know. I didn't see the episode, but I really want to see the episode. I want to know which one she's in.
They always do the perfect like pose in mid-air, and they smile at the camera, and they're all like, and then they continue on running.
Yeah, Tina Cote in the movie Nemesis 2 Nebula, that is what I base Julie's look on, is Tina Cote in that movie.
Okay.
Like, if I could get anybody to play Julie, it would be 1992 Tina Cote.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. All right, Randall, my turn. So, Randy, the reason why I came up with this question is I just watched this movie like 2 weeks ago. I hadn't seen it in a while. It's an oldie. It's an oldie but a goodie, but I want to pick your brain about this movie. Favorite scene out of Pee-wee's Big Adventure? Mine, the breakfast making machine. He like gets up, slides down a pole, kind of like goes over to his dog and pets his dog and says, "Hey, good morning, Speck." And he goes, "Me too, I'm hungry. Let's get some breakfast." Lights a candle and this fucking machine starts and makes his breakfast, and it takes like 5 minutes to make his whole breakfast. That's my favorite scene out of the whole film. What's yours?
There are so many favorite scenes in that movie, but I've got to say my absolutely 100% absolute favorite scene in Pee-wee's Big Adventure when Pee-wee gets out of Large Marge's truck and he goes, "I'll see you later, Large Marge."
Oh,
and
yeah,
then,
yeah.
Like Large Marge, like her face contorts and it turns into like a demon face.
She does,
and then she drives off. That's my favorite scene.
She does that demon face, scares the absolute shit out of Pee-wee, and then
I was terrified.
Yeah,
I was scared shitless.
And then after her face goes back to normal, Randall, she looks at Pee-wee and says, "Be sure and tell him that Large Marge sent you." And then he walks into the diner and he's like, "Yeah, Large Marge sent me." And everyone like throws down their silverware and looks at him and says, "Large Marge? She's been dead for over 40 years and some shit like that."
Yeah, and they did this. Whoever did that, I think, did the exact same effect for Weird Al Yankovic's UHF. In UHF, there's a weird scientist character, and at the end, he goes up to Weird Al Yankovic and says his goodbye, and then he walks off, and then you see his face contort into this like weird lizard alien face, and then he like flies away in a UFO.
I don't know. It was like a weird like demon alien look, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah, that scared the shit out of me too. And you gotta remember, like when UHF and like Pee-wee's Big Adventure came out, I was like 8 or 9.
I was around. So, well, you're older than me, so I was younger. I watched it when I was 6, 5, somewhere around there.
Like for an 8-year-old, those scenes are terrifying.
You know, the most terrifying one that it took me forever to get over because I saw it when I was a little kid. The scene in Pee-wee where he's dreaming that these demonic clowns are like destroying his bike in a hospital.
Yeah.
That whole hospital scene still to this day fucking creeps me out. Sometimes I'll just take the clicker and I just go, yeah, fuck this. And I'll just like whiz through the hospital scene. It's just so fucking weird and creepy, man.
Yeah.
And I'm not afraid of clowns. I wasn't even afraid of clowns when I was a kid. Like my mom and dad took me to a circus once and some clown was going nuts in my face. And I just went, yeah, you're hilarious. And then I just walked off.
Mm-hmm.
I've never been afraid of clowns, but that scene creeped me the fuck out.
Yeah.
All right, go for it, Randall. Your turn.
Third question. What do you want your last meal to be? It can be from anywhere.
Oh, God.
If you want me to start off, I got 2 places. Let me think about my last meal, I would like 100 buffalo wings from Pinocchio's on the corner of 24th Street and Thomas.
Okay.
Or I would like to have a Red Devil Greek Fest pizza. Red Devil was they were a pizzeria in, I think they were the only one of their chain in Phoenix, Arizona. They might have made a chain now, but they had this thing called the Greek Fest pizza. It had feta cheese on it, purple onions, artichoke hearts. Oh my God, it was one of the best things you ever tasted. It had oregano on it, feta cheese. Oh man, it was amazing.
Nice.
So either 100 Pinocchio's buffalo wings or Red Devil's Greek Fest pizza.
I've got a few things now that I thought about it, because I was like, give me a second to think about my last meal. My very last meal, if it was sky's the limit, you guys know Fears all too well. I'd have to have something from the BK Lounge. So something from the BK Lounge, 2 pepperoni pizzas, 1 dish of my grandma's world famous biscuits and gravy, because my grandma Fears makes the best biscuits and gravy.
So you would just pig out.
Yeah, I would pig out. Well, it's the last meal, Randall. So
yeah.
So here it is.
You don't have to worry about calories because it's not going to matter.
Exactly. So here we go. So
then I want to change mine. I would have 2.
Let me do mine. So I don't care anything from the BK Lounge menu, anything, because I love the BK Lounge. So the BK Lounge, 2 pepperoni and sausage pizzas, 2. 1 dish of my grandma's world famous biscuits and gravy, some Crystal Skull vodka, because I love that vodka. One of my favorite sodas, Diet Pepsi and Diet Coke, those 2. Let's see what else. Oh, a nice garden salad with buckets and buckets of ranch on it, because I love me some ranch. Let's see what else.
I don't think it's possible to eat that much food, but okay.
Well, I would taste test a little bit of everything, Randall. And some Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Yep.
And let's see.
My beverage would be Jolt Cola. They don't make it anymore, but I would love some Jolt.
And then for dessert, Randall, my favorite type of ice cream. I can't eat it anymore because they don't do a soy version of it. Mint green chocolate chip ice cream. Well,
I mean, you could eat the real shit because you're like dying in an hour.
That's true. Yeah. So then there it is. So that would be my last meal. Go ahead, you.
I would have some Jolt Cola, and after the buffalo wings and Greek Fest pizza, I would go with some let's see. Ice cream would be
Ooh,
Americone Dream would be the
yeah, buddy.
Americone Dream.
All right. What about anything else?
A plate of my mom's own spaghetti.
I've had your mom's spaghetti. It's good.
You have not.
Oh wait, no. What did you and your mom make that I had? Hang on, it wasn't spaghetti. It was
I don't think we made anything for you. I think we ordered out.
no. Didn't we have you made a steak one time, didn't when I came over?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, then it wasn't your mom. Your steak is great, Randall.
Yeah.
That's right. It wasn't your mom's. I couldn't remember. It wasn't your mom's spaghetti.
Yeah, my mom hasn't cooked spaghetti in like 13 years because she's
Randall.
allergic to tomatoes now.
The fans out there, if you ever want a good steak, Randall is a fantastic cook. Randall, your steak was the bomb, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, amazing. Amazing.
Yeah.
All right, Randall, my turn. All right, Randall, what is your this is a personal question to you. So I won't know it, the fans won't know it. This is you. If you can only pick it's a two-part question. What's your favorite video that you've ever uploaded to any of your channels? And then the part two of that is what's your favorite, if you had to pick a favorite YouTube moment, what would it be and why?
Well, like you, Fears, I actually do highly regard The Thrilling 3. It was my first award-winning film. One honorable mention at the Arizona Almost Famous Film Festival. Mm-hmm. So it was the first film that I ever entered in a film festival.
You won an award when you put it in that film festival, right? Didn't you get some type of award?
I just said I got the honorable mention award. Yeah,
that was great. And that was before I met you. And then after I met you, you're like, hey, Fierce, check this out. I remember we were sitting in lab. I watched it. I went, Randall, this is fucking great. It was awesome.
Yeah, and also, I didn't upload this film. I should have because it was on my G drive and it got wasted. I did have a film called Dark Film.
Okay.
Because in my humanities class, we had to do a take on an art piece, and I wanted to do a noir film, and the teacher was like, well, you are in film school, so I guess you can do a film, have it done by Wednesday. But I didn't know that she meant that Wednesday and not next Wednesday. So I got to the class that Wednesday, and she's like, where's your film? And I was like, you meant this Wednesday? And she's like, yeah. And she's like, oh shit. So I said, can I still do it? And she said, yeah, it'll be late. I'll have to dock you a grade. So I got a B on it. But I met a girl on the bus, and I convinced her to be in the movie, and she's actually in the movie. And Mr. Mennel is the one who is the lead character in that film. Not the lead character, but the actor that plays Mr. Mennel.
Randall, I have to say, I would rather get a B than an F. Like at least she gave you some extra time. If she said, no, Randall, you don't get any extra time, fuck you, you instantly get an F, I would be pissed.
Yeah.
But at least she was nice about it and said, you know what, Randall, I'll have to dock you a grade so you'll get a B on it or a C.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And she said it has to be at least 10 minutes long. And I filmed the film, and I realized the final cut was only 5 minutes and 56 seconds. So what I did is I watched the film and re-recorded director's commentary. So what we did when I showed the film is I showed the film, and then I showed the film with the director's commentary over it. And everybody thought the director's commentary was nice, and they laughed and they chuckled at the funny stories, and it was fun.
Randall, I'm gonna send the link. I doubt he'll come in, but I'm gonna send the link to Lord Visions. I don't know if he knows that we're
okay. What is your favorite film that you've done and your favorite moment from that film?
That I've uploaded?
Yeah.
Oh, so you're asking the same.
Yeah.
Well, hang on. Before I send Visions the link, I'll answer this. So this ain't your official question, Randall. This is me answering my own.
Yeah, we're answering.
Yeah. Again,
both.
Randall, if we don't get through the 40 questions, it's fine. We can do a part 2 next time.
Okay.
It's hard to pick my favorite, but I'm not going to do a classic fears response. I'd say one of my favorites that I've ever uploaded was when I uploaded the first Fears Man cartoon.
Yeah.
The first Fears Man cartoon, it holds a nice little warm spot in my heart.
Yeah, it's one of my proudest achievements too.
If I had to pick a second one, probably The Lonely Ghost.
Same.
And a third one, probably the Deal series. You know, that me and
yeah, I think your Lonely Ghost short film is universally liked. A lot of people like that. Besides,
many people in the community like it because it was spawned from an idea. I woke up from asleep. I was dripping with sweat. That's how much the dream. It was that livid. I woke up. My shirt. I was dying of sweat, Randall. I had to change all my sheets because the sheets were filled with sweat. I was dying of sweat. The dream was so livid, and I don't know where this idea
vivid came from. I think is the
vivid. I'm sorry, Randall. Vivid. I'm tired. Vivid. I think it came from. It was around Halloween time. I had watched tons of horror movies, and since it was around my birthday, because my birthday's around Halloween, I don't know, because nobody knows why we dream or what we dream. It just happens, So I woke up and I remembered that I had this idea, and I said, I better go to my desk and write down this idea. I said, because if I don't, the idea may be lost. So I went over to my desk when I used to live with my parents, grabbed a sheet of paper, wrote down ghost idea, ghost dream idea. That's the first thing I wrote down. I didn't have the name of the short film yet.
Yeah.
So I went ghost idea, dream idea, something like that. I don't remember exactly what I wrote down. And the next day, I think I called you and explained that dream to you.
Yeah.
And you even said, Fears, that would make a fantastic short film. And I said, yeah. I said, yeah, Randall. I said, I'll have to bang out a script. I really want to do this.
And it's obvious that you put. I think one of the reasons why people so universally like it is that it is obvious that you put a lot of work into it. Like you got a lot of shots, you got a lot of cutaways.
Mm-hmm.
You had somebody do some special effects for it.
Yeah.
You got another actress, and I believe it was Ethereal who helped you out. And
well, I told Ethereal about the idea, and she goes, how the hell did you come up with this idea? And I told her the same story that I told you.
It's obvious that you put a lot of effort into it, and it's one of your. I mean, you do a lot of videos, but this is one of your only scripted videos besides the Deal.
Really, the only people that hate it in the community is the trolls, and I don't know.
I think they secretly like it.
Yeah,
I don't think they hate it.
Well, it's half and half. Some of the trolls actually hate me because I hate them, and we've never gotten along. Some trolls, they just tease me, but they may like it. They may secretly be a fan. I don't know. It's probably
I honestly think they.
Hang on. I've asked a lot of people in the community, and mostly everybody loves The Lonely Ghost, but there's a few stragglers that are like, no, that shit sucks.
I think that most of the trolls are absolutely in love with you because they hang on your every stream. They comment on every stream. They're like, "Oh, Fierce is doing a stream. Let me drop everything and do and comment on his stream. Oh, I need to comment again. Oh, wait, he blocked me. I need to go on a separate account and comment again, and go on another one and comment again."
I'll give you this.
They're dying to be in your streams.
Well, they never will be. They're dedicated, Randall.
Yeah.
No matter how many times I blocked him, a certain Mr. Q that we won't name. Do you realize?
We all know who it is. You might as well just say it.
Remember we had a conversation about this? How many counts do you honestly think I've blocked? Well,
I didn't know, but I could just picture Quentin going like, "Oh, he blocked me. Okay, I'm gonna make Quentin 40K. Oh, he blocked me again. Okay, I'm gonna do Quentin 2021. Oh, he blocked me again. Okay, I'm gonna do Fierce Man is a bad gift giver. He is constantly. He is dying to be on these streams. He's fucking dying. He's like, I have to be in this stream.
Randall,
Fierce rules my life. man, oh man, if there's a fear stream, I have to drop everything that I'm doing,
Listen,
and I
Randall.
have to comment on these streams. It's an absolute must.
Listen, Randall.
I think I think secretly Quentin loves you. I think secretly Quentin might have a boy crush on you.
Randall, that's a scary thought. It's a scary thought. Listen,
I have to comment. It is like he is like addicted to your channel.
Randall, let me talk. So let me say this. He's dedicated. I don't know what the fuck's going on with his mind. He like half loves people, loves trolling people.
He's created like 50 accounts just to be on your show, Fears.
And way more than that. When I first met the community, I blocked well over 100 within the first month. So if I had to guess, it's not 1,000, but it's close to it. He relentlessly will Quentin 95, Quentin, and I'm like, this is how much of a hang on, this is how much of a fucking idiot he is. I'm like, if you wanted to stay under the radar, why does he always put Quentin in it?
Yeah.
Because the minute I see Quentin, I'm like, I'm gonna instantly block you because I don't want to deal with the fucking idiot.
Because we have a plethora of trolls, but like Quentin is the only one who's like Quentin Man 99, Quentin Man 2001, Quentin Man 40K. Fears is a bad gift giver. Like we have a plethora of trolls, and they pop in like maybe like once every like 7 or 8 streams.
Yeah.
But Quentin Quentin wants you to know it's him. It's like Quentin Man 44.
Yeah. Randall, and I'll be honest. Like since I've started to ignore them and take your advice and take the dude's advice, and I just bought that book. It's been less and less.
Yeah.
But every once in the blue moon, they'll pop and go, oh, yeah. Like, we'll say this. And because I haven't exploded on camera in a long time. Thank God. Because I cannot tell you how embarrassed I've been of those old videos. Now, they probably have them saved. They probably have them saved somewhere. But at least they're not on my channel anymore. I literally, one day, I got off of work. And before I went to sleep, I just went through all of Fear's vlogs, all of Fear's Man, and I deleted every single bad, like me shouting at the top of my lungs video that I could possibly find. I don't think I missed any of them. So at least they don't exist on my channel anymore. But yeah.
Yeah.
All right, whose turn is it?
It is mine. I'm on question 4.
Okay, go ahead.
What was your first ever story about?
Ever?
Yeah.
As far back as I can remember, I remember I had to write. It was a writing assignment in the 5th grade, because this is going back a few years, Randall. And I don't remember exactly what the project was, but we were in. You know how like in grade school you don't go to different classrooms; they just switch the topic. So you go from science, and then the teacher will be like, all right, we're done with science. We're going to go into English now. That's how elementary school works. Then when you went to middle school, then you got a locker, and then you went to different classes. So I remember we had switched to English, and this was in the 5th grade. And I remember my teacher, her name was Mrs. Taylor, and she was a wonderful teacher. And she said, I want you to write a story, but the story has to be a fairy tale. And she goes, you have until the end of class. Everyone will stand up in front of the class and read their story. And she goes, and I'll give you a grade on your story. And I used to like this girl in the 5th grade. Her name was Shannon. And I went, well, since I'm from England, I'll write a fairy tale where I save a damsel in distress. And so I was Sir Fears a lot. So even then, Randall, I was doing the Fears Man type of stories,
Yeah.
Fears a lot. So Sir Fears a lot was a knight of all knights. He had slayed many dragons throughout the English territory. And he comes to the castle, and the evil king, Lord... what was his name? Hang on, Lord. Hang on. I remember. Hang on. Oh, what was it? Give me a second, Randall. I remember. I'm trying to pick my own brain. I remember my mom saved this story. Hang on. It was Fear. The king sends him a letter. Fears comes, and Fears actually secretly hates the king. You know, he's kind of like a Robin Hood type of character. King is evil. I'm really trying to remember. I didn't even call him a king. I called him. That's where the Lord shit came from, Randall. Like Lord Randall, Lord Pixel. It was Lord. Oh God, I can't fucking remember. Anyway, I don't remember the king, but he comes and he says, "I need you to find me a knight to take down these 5 evil dragons." He goes, "And if you kill all 5 dragons, you can have my daughter's hand in marriage." So, but the king is so evil. He like treats everybody like crap. So Sir Fears a lot, climbs through the castle window, and I save the damsel in distress, get her to safety. And it's going from memory, Randall. Yeah, I saw it, Randall. It was fucking hilarious. I saw it. Yeah, I saw it. It was fucking hilarious. So I save her, and instead of taking the dragons, I train the 5 dragons to take down the king. So the dragons burn the shit out of the king, and Fears Man saves the day.
It could be like a reverse nickname, like, you know, you call a Harry Guy Baldy.
I don't remember the king's name, but I remember instead of a king, I called him Lord this, Lord that.
Yeah.
And so since the king was so evil, and he was like, because I've always loved the tale of Robin Hood since my mom's from England. That's one of the first stories that my mom ever read me as a kid.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a classic. If you're from England or you're half British like me, I've heard many versions of Robin Hood. Yeah. I watched all the Robin Hood movies. I watched the Robin Hood King of Thieves with what's that actor's name, Randall? What was the actor in it? I watched it with my dad.
Matthew McConaughey.
No, it wasn't that.
Kurt Russell.
No.
Russell Crowe.
The same guy that was in The Field of Dreams, that actor. What's his name?
Oh, Joaquin Phoenix.
Randall, you're such an idiot.
Kevin Costner.
Yeah, that one.
Kevin Bacon, yeah.
Fucking Bacon. That's hilarious. Joey Boy, you are a hilarious motherfucker. You know that? Kevin Bacon. Fucking hilarious.
Kevin Bacon is old enough to have been in Field of Dreams.
Yeah. I just can't see Kevin Bacon as Robin Hood.
Yeah.
And Randall, one of his best performances.
Well, I think that'd be an awesome part for him. I could see it.
No, I don't see Kevin.
He'd have like the long mullet hair that he usually has, and like tremors and shit.
No, I don't see Kevin as Robin Hood, but that's one of the first stories I ever remember reading and writing, and everyone clapped.
Yeah.
Shannon was a little like, she was flattered, but we always remained friends. Like, I remember on the playground, she came up to me and said, "Fears, that took a lot of courage to write a story about me." She goes, "I know you like me," but she goes, "I don't want to hurt your feelings." And we were like in the 5th grade, so it didn't hurt my feelings. So she came up to me and said, "I don't like you in that way." She goes, "I like you as a friend." And I remember then, like in the next few weeks, I did feel like Robin Hood, Randall, because I got to save Shannon in a hero-like way. We went to 5th grade camp. Some guy was picking on her. And I thought, well, maybe she'll like me more if I help her out. So I went up and I said, "Hey, leave my friend Shannon alone." And this guy kept relentlessly like bullying her for some reason. And I remember I pushed him down, and then he got real pissed off. And he's like, "Why'd you push me, Fear?" I'm like, "Why are you being an idiot and making fun of a girl?" I'm like, "Why don't you pick on someone your own size?" And then all of a sudden 2 teachers like came out of nowhere and broke us up. And then I never saw the kid ever again. But I pushed him down, and I threw some food at him. So I pushed him down, and we were at 5th grade camp. So I I don't remember what I think it was mashed potatoes. I threw some mashed potatoes at him, and he never bothered Shannon again. But I remember she grabbed my shoulder, Randall. It was something literally like, you know those movie moments that Fears always talks about? She grabbed my shoulder. She's like, thanks, Fears. I really appreciate that. And I went, hey, no problem, Shannon. I'm like, what are friends for? Because I don't like it when guys make fun of women or hurt women or abuse women. I don't like that, you know? I don't think you're a man if you make fun of a woman or hit a woman or shit like that. So I helped, and then I remember her saying, I don't remember exactly what she said, but I remember her saying like, hey, it was kind of like your story a few weeks ago. And I said, well, you're my friend, Shannon. Why wouldn't I help you out? You know? So that's one. I'm sure that wasn't my first story, but that's one of the first stories I remember writing and reading to the class. And I got an A on it. And I remember Mrs. Taylor came up to me and she goes, that was a really inventive, well thought out story, John. And I said, oh, well, thanks, Mrs. Taylor. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
And then she's like, I remember then she asked me a question. She goes, did you just write it because you really like Shannon? And I went, well, that was part of it. And she goes, I like that you put your British heritage into it too. I said, well, I'm very proud of my British heritage. I said, I love going to England and visiting with my British family.
Yeah.
You know? And she was very inventive, very inventive. And then she gave me an A. And I said, oh, thanks. Joy Boy says, Fears is like Kevin Bacon in Footloose. At the end of this story, they danced. No, I wish, Joy Boy. I never got to dance with Shannon, but we still remain friends. Shannon she's not married yet. So Randall, there's still a chance. You never know. No.
Yeah.
There's probably no chance. But no, me and Shannon have always remained friends. She's a wonderful person. I love Shannon to death. She's like the sister I never had.
Shannon, I'm going to ask for Fears. Will you marry Fears? He's down on both his knees right now. Will you marry him?
Oh, man.
We wrote that story for you, Shannon. For you.
I did. But yeah, so what about you, Randall? What's the very first story that you ever remember? So that's one of the stories, but I'm sure it wasn't my first, but that's the only one that I can possibly remember, Randall.
The first story I ever remember writing, I wrote it when I was like 12, and it was in the school publication. And
what was it?
It was only like 3 paragraphs long. It was called The Box. It was about this guy who gets this box. And ironically, there was a movie called The Box like 20 years later. And
watched it.
Yeah.
Isn't that the one where they open up the box and there's a button inside, and if they push the button, they get like $1 million or some shit?
You get $1 million, but somebody somewhere in the world has to die.
That's right.
But my box was about this guy gets this like tiny box that's about that big, and there's like strange noises coming from the box. Okay. And he opens it up, and then everything goes pitch black. And I left it up to the audience's imagination what happened to the guy.
Oh, all right, Randall, keep talking. I'm still listening. I'm sending Visions the link. I doubt he'll come in, but we'll see if he comes in.
Hey everybody. Fears is casting out the marriage calls. Fears needs to get married before 40. So Nev Campbell, if you're out there, Fears asked you, will you marry me? Kindly Myers, he wants to know if you will marry him.
That's true.
Nev, nope. Let's see who else. Dillian Harper. Fears would love to have dinner with you and marry you.
I'm like, Randy, we can't forget about Yummy Dillian.
Yeah.
Yummy.
And Fears wants to make a movie called 40,000 Honeymoons starring John Fears and Dillian Harper. So
no, Randall, we'll
make his dream
Randall,
reality.
Like I said, we'll do my Fierce classic. Hey, Dillian Harper, let's make You in My Mouth. How about that?
Yeah.
You in My Mouth.
Yeah.
So yeah. All right, but no, Joy Boy, I wish no dance with Shannon, but Shannon's still a wonderful person. I still talk to her. She's a great person.
Yeah.
All right, my turn. So Randall, throughout our friendship, what do you think was our highest moment and our lowest moment?
I don't know if you want me to go into the lowest moment, but our highest moment had to be Let me
Yeah,
see.
let's keep it positive. What? Because I don't like to bring.
I mean,
up,
I could tell you the lowest moment.
no, I don't want to bring up old like shit.
Reopen old wounds.
Yeah.
Uh,
Because I try to make the stream as positive as possible, and all friends argue and all friends fight. Me and Eric have even gotten into some arguments. Not in a long time, but
I think our highest moment was
our highest
when you and I went to Hooters for the first time, because that video almost went viral.
How many views has it got?
Well, I guess it's not viral, but it got like 400 something. I don't know. Let me check.
Views.
Because some people are anal and will fuck with us if we don't get the exact number right.
Oh yeah.
So let's get that exact number right.
Yeah, let's get because heaven forbid we don't get the exact number.
Heaven forbid we don't have
I'm not
the exact number implanted.
I'm not butthurt about the whole Wentzville thing. It drives me insane that these fucking idiots like, no, you didn't get it right. Who gives a shit? Like at one point, Wentzville was a small, tiny town. It still is a small, tiny town. I don't know the fucking number. But again, Randall, to push my buttons, they do that stupid shit. And it drives me nuts. So I'm not butthurt by it. You know, not at all. Just as, who the fuck cares? I don't know. Hey, what's the population in fucking New York? I don't know. I don't care. You know? Oh, yeah, you can dance in Wentzville, Joy Boy. Thank God. That is one of my favorite Kevin Bacon movies, though. Footloose. I love Footloose. Randall, I love his performance in Tremors, the very first Tremors.
Yeah.
Yeah. At the the ending scene, can you dance, you scuzzbucking? Not dance. Can you fly, motherfucker? Can you fly? And then the fucking tremor like flies down and like hits that rock and explodes, Randall.
Yeah.
It's a great scene, Joey Boy. What's the exact population, Randall, of New York?
50 million. Nah, just kidding. I don't know.
Oh shit, Randall, it's not precise. I guarantee you tomorrow.
Oh shit.
I guarantee in the Discord they're gonna go nuts on you. Well, no, see, they like you, Randall.
I don't know if they like me now.
Well, who gives a shit? Fuck them. Again, I love my loving and loyal fans. The trolls, you can go to hell. I don't give a shit about you. You're so fucking stupid. You know? Did you find it, buddy?
No, not yet. I think it's on my other channel.
Okay.
I think it is on the Mayor of Magic.
Okay. Let's see. I'm trying to think of our highest point. That is a high point that you brought up. I think our highest point, Randall, was like when we first became friends in film school. I mean, like we were thick and thin. We still are thick and thin, buddy. But I mean, we did everything together in film school, man.
So hey everybody, this is Randy Brown for Cameo Man and Vlogging with Mr. Brown, and I'm hoping to have my friend Mike here in a few seconds.
Hold on a second.
He said, "Oh,
I don't think that's it. That's not it, Randall, because you and Mike did a few Hooter vlogs. You know what, Randall? I'll find it. I think I put it on Fears Man 26. Let me find it. Give me 1 second.
show us your back." Yeah.
I can't find it. It's got like 400 something on it, but yeah.
Here, I'm just going to put in Hooters Fears Man 26, and hopefully it pops up. If it isn't on Fears Man 26,
one of them has 400 views, which isn't exactly viral, but
okay. So the first one that popped up on Fears Man 26, I called it the Hooters Magic Show. That's got 260 views. Then another one popped up called Hooters Magic, and that was 137 views. So that's on Fears Man 26.
yeah.
So I put some of it.
I was looking at the ones on my channel.
Yeah, I put some of the footage on Fears Vlogs and some of the footage on Fears Man. Then another one on Fears Vlogs was the Hooters Magic Show, and that one got 133 views.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But no, another like high point, Randall, in our friendship was when we first became friends. Like, I miss doing like college projects with you. We still do projects together, Randall, but not.
We still do projects.
Yeah, we still do
We
projects.
do projects.
Oh, shut up, Randall. We still do projects together, Randall, but those first projects that we did in film school were legendary, man. Like, I miss hanging out with you in audio class. Audio class was so much fun, Randall.
Yeah.
But yeah. And then we did Photoshop together, and Randall would always make me laugh. Randall would do these little Photoshop projects that would make me fucking lose my mind. And then
I gave Tia Leone like triple D breasts.
He would do shit like that. And me and Randall were sitting by each other. And so, of course, I had to out-top Randall. So then I would put, like, Fears Man, like an orange suit, and then have him getting run over by a car and all this other stupid shit. I'd be like, hey, Randall, what do you think about this? And then Randall would have a little chuckle. And then Randall would out-top me, Joy Boy. So we just kept out-topping. And then, Randall, remember you had to, like, minimize your screen, like, when the teacher walked by, because you're like, well, I don't want the teacher to see this stupid shit that we're making. That shit, oh, God, it made me laugh so hard, Randall. It was fucking great. I think one of the best ones I ever did.
What's up, Larry Tate?
What's up, Larry? Randall, one of the best ones that I ever made, I lost. Remember, because that hard drive crashed, those monster brick hard drives? Hate that fucking hard drive, because I only got to save 50% of it because the fucking hard drive crashed. I took it to the Geek Squad, and they said, this hard drive is so old.
Do you still have it, Fears?
No, I threw it away.
Because here's the thing. I saved mine, and now they've got things that'll plug into even a broken hard drive, and it will still be able to extract the stuff.
Randall,
so I still have some of my other flash drives, so I'm going to try to invest some money and get that thing that saves the footage, because I've got shitloads of footage on my other drive.
Now that I think about it, I may still have it. I don't think I threw it away. I may have.
If you have it, save it, because you might be able. They've got technology, and they're working on technology right now to where it'll plug into even a broken drive, and it will still extract the footage. So if you got it, keep it.
Literally, the fans know what I'm talking about. Those old fucking hard drives, they were that long, like that wide, like a fucking brick that you could throw through a window.
They were silver and gray.
Yeah, look, Randall, they still are black and silver, but now it's like the size of a wallet. I don't know why they didn't just make this version first instead of a massive fucking brick, you know?
The technology has gotten better, so you can make them smaller.
I know. I'm just saying, like, you would think, like, hey, maybe we should make this smaller. But one of the best photos, Randall, I lost on that brick hard drive. It's on my demo reel that Visions is gonna see. But one of the best ones I ever made, Randall. Remember that guy holding the glass of water? I found this hilarious photo on Google. And I remember the teacher, I don't know what the project was, but I remember the teacher saying, today we're just going to have fun. I don't really have a lesson plan. The project is find an old photo on Google and enhance it. Make it your own. I remember he said that, Randall? He said something like that. So I just kept looking through Google, and I just found this guy sitting at a table holding a glass of water and looking at the glass of water intensely. So what I did is I blocked everything out, and I zoomed up from his chest up, Randall, and had him holding it. And then I turned him into a zombie. So it was a zombie studying a glass of water, and you fucking lost your mind, Randall. Remember that? Remember I gave him I gave him burn marks, and I gave him like red eye. You don't remember that?
No.
Oh man, I'll have to show you my demo reel. It's on my demo reel.
But you know, those G drives would only hold 150 gigs. Now, see my fingernail? See how tiny that is?
Yeah.
There are tiny mini SD drives the size of my fingernail that can hold 256 gigs worth of data.
Yeah, like that little drive, Randall, I think, isn't that like 1 terabyte?
Yeah. 1 terabyte is 1,000 gigabytes.
Yeah, so I've never filled up that little hard drive ever. And I
don't know if you will.
I doubt I ever will. But the reason why I got it is I wanted an unlimited amount of space. because I save a lot of footage on.
And you do a lot of 4K footage, and that takes up a lot more.
Pretty much like the last gift that my dad gave me. This is a 4K camera, and I'll never get rid of
4K takes up a lot more space and gigabytes.
So my dad, before he passed away, said, "Well, I would get a big ass hard drive so you can save all your footage." And I said, "Oh, I've already got it, Dad." And
yeah, my new computer has a terabyte on it.
Yeah.
And then I've also got a terabyte hard drive as well.
So, Randall, thank God they made better hard drives, because that stupid shit that we had to put up with in film school, I hate, and plus, remember, it was so heavy, you had to put it in your book bag. So already your book bag weighed 40 pounds because of a fucking brick hard drive that you had to walk around with. It was horrible.
Larry Tate, we're doing 40 random questions. We are in question number 5.
Well, I don't know if we'll get to them all, Randall. If we don't, then, because we're only.
Yeah, I really got to go at 8:30. Fears my mom wants dinner.
That's fine. That's fine, Randall. So
okay.
we'll bang out.
We'll do a part 2.
Yeah, we'll do a part 2. We'll bang out as many questions as we can. All right, whose turn is it? Yours or mine? Oh, it's yours. It's yours because I asked about what our highest friendship moment was.
Yeah. Question number 5 is 5 related. Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Randall, it'll be the same answer that I've gave, because we've done this question before. I want to find a Mrs. Spears. I want to have a Mrs. Spears. I want to be a dad. I want some kids. I've already got a good job. I just need to find Mrs. Spears and have some kids. And hopefully I'm still vlogging with my family and my kids and be kind of like a Roman Atwood in 5 years, I would love to vlog with my kids and my wife, but you can't have kids until you find a Mrs. Spears, and it's been hard to find a Mrs. Spears, not for a lack of trying. So that's my answer. What about you, buddy? In 5 years, what do you think?
I see my screenwriting taking off.
Well, Randall,
I think
writing has already took off. You've already got what with this new book coming out? How many books will it be?
7.
So your writing career has already took off.
Well, I'm not selling a lot. I'm selling about like 20 or 30.
I want your writing career to get. It's already took off, Randall. I want it to get, as your friend, and I love you, buddy. Your writing career has already took off. I want it to be enhanced and more people buy your book, read your shit more, stuff like that.
Yeah, and again, to give everybody a tiny update, would you take the girl's name? I got married.
Randall, I'm dying to use the restroom, so you tell them about your writing career, and I'll be right back.
Okay, so this will be my 7th book. I'm gonna get it proofread, and it's 103 pages, and I submitted Every Day is Magic, and it was 114 pages. But when it was properly formatted with the page nation and the page breaks, it turned out to be 236 pages. So, and this book is finished, but I haven't done the introduction. I haven't done the conclusion. I haven't done the about the author page, and I haven't done the table of contents and the notes page. So when this is done, it might be a pretty hefty book. It might be around 200 and some pages. So it's going to be another real book, like Fears is reading the 13 most common fiction writing mistakes, which is only 29 pages, because I challenged myself to write a book in a month, and that's why the 13 common fiction writing mistakes.
Randall, I'm almost done with it. I'm on page. What page did I tell you I was on? I forgot.
19.
It was 19. So only a couple more pages to go, and then I will review it.
But this new book, when it's all said and done, should be around 215 pages.
Man, I'm tired.
You're not tired. You have tons of energy. I'm
trying, Randall. You're not boring me, Randall. It just is. I've been napping all day. I had a headache when I woke up this morning, and thank God it went away. But I had too much sleep today. Like when they say the normal human should get only 8 hours. If you get more than 8 hours, then it makes you tired. So yeah. So all right. So what was your answer?
Well, I see myself making tens of thousands of dollars doing real screenwriting gigs, not like $300 on Fiverr, but I'm talking about like real legit scripts for studios.
Well,
And
that
I'm
would be
not
cool.
talking like, like little independent films. I'm talking like Fox and
Well,
20th
listen,
Century
Randall,
Studios and
I hope that happens.
Warner Brothers. And
I hope that happens. So, Randall, if you make it before I do, don't forget about Fears.
Okay.
Throw Fears some gigs.
Yeah.
That would be nice. All right. Is it my turn?
Larry Tate, to answer your question, if I got married to Amy Jo Johnson, I wouldn't mind being called Randy Johnson.
I don't think anyone would mind that.
Randy Joe Johnson. Yeah.
Randy Joe Johnson. That's right. Hello, Mr. and Mrs. Johnson. How are you? I'm doing great. I married my childhood lady. There it is.
Yeah.
Is it my turn or your turn, buddy?
Your turn.
Okay, Randall, have you ever been to any, like, how, like, when I was a kid, I went to, like, church camp, space camp, summer camp. I've never asked you this. Have you ever went to any type of camp, ever?
I've never went to any camp, ever.
Really? And why is that?
I think you should go by Randy Joe Johnson anyways. It has an excellent ring to it. I agree.
This is good.
Why is it? Because my parents were poor, and actually I only had one parent. So
okay, I got you.
Yeah.
Now,
I didn't get to go to space camp and
the only reason why I went there is
camp.
Randall, the only reason why I went to space camp is I was in the science club in middle school, and I entered a contest, and it was just luck of the draw that I won. They said, if you want a trip to space camp, they said write like a 5-page essay telling us what you contributed to the science club so far and why you enjoy the science club and why you're in it. And I just wrote down everything that I remembered. I said, I went to every single club meeting. I helped plant trees. And, I wrote down everything that I could possibly remember. And I went, they'll never pick me. And then they picked me. And I was like, holy shit.
Uh-huh.
But, yeah, I got to go camping a lot. Now, all right, have you ever went camping just with your mom?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, I guess that counts. So, where did you go camping with your mom?
We went camping somewhere in Phoenix. Actually, we went to races a lot because she was a NASCAR official, and
which is really cool, Randall.
Yeah, so we stayed at a circle track called PIR, which stands for Phoenix International Raceway, and they had the infield, which was inside the circle track, and then they had the outside area, and there was an RV area where you could just camp out and and just spend the night until the races were over, and that was kind of fun.
Nice.
But Larry Tate asked, did you get to experience zero gravity at space camp, or are you still writing the letter?
No, I'm not answering that. That's just stupid.
I would love to. That'd be so fun.
I would love
they
to.
Put you in a giant pool, and they put you like in an airtight spacesuit, and they dunk you underwater, and you're like 60 feet underwater. Well, that would be so much fucking fun, but it would be scary too.
I know he's joking around. I know he's trying to troll me, and I'm just not in the mood, and I'm not answering it. Anyway,
what I would want to do if I ever went to space camp is I would want to do that like centrifuge thing where there's two of you and it like spins you around in this
harness. They put you in this harness. I remember the lady hit a button, and then I went forward, backwards, and then they totally flip you around for 5 minutes.
That'd be so much fucking fun.
It almost makes you want to throw up, but it was a lot of fun. I don't know why the fuck I'm coughing. I'm getting pissed.
That would be so much fun, though.
I'm getting fucking pissed off.
Yeah.
I've been choking on my fucking coffee, the fucking grapes I've been eating all goddamn day, so I apologize.
Yeah.
All right, next question, Randall.
Okay, next question is, if you could marry any girl on the planet, who would you pick? And you can only pick one. No classic fears answers.
I know, I'm trying not to do a classic fears answer. Anyone, right? So famous or non-famous?
Yep.
Well, this is hard.
Yeah. And I actually picked this question because it's hard. I wanted to see you sweat it out, fears.
Sweating. No, well, if I went the famous route, we all know that it would be Nev Campbell, but I don't want to go the famous route, and I can only pick really actually the only woman that I would love to marry. I actually can't say her name
Uh,
because it's from my personal life.
yeah, I think I know who it is.
So, well, actually, there's two girls from my personal life that I would love to marry. Either one of them, I wouldn't mind marrying because I know both of them would make. If I had children with any of these two ladies, they would make a good mom, and I know for a fact they would make a good wife.
Yeah,
I still keep in contact with both of them.
yeah.
I just don't want to say both their names on camera, but
yeah. Well, I'll tell you mine. There was a girl.
Those two girls, but if I had to pick one, I would pick one over the other girl. But it wouldn't matter. Any of those two girls from my.
Can you tell me their hair color? The one you would most prefer.
One has brown hair, and then the other girl has blonde. Oh well, it's not super blonde. It's like
no. Which one would you like the most, though?
Oh,
the blonde or the brunette?
Well, the blonde has dark hair, but it's got blonde highlights, and she's always been like that ever since I met her in like the 4th grade. She's had blonde and brownish hair, but the other girl has just brown hair. So I would prefer probably the brown-haired girl.
Good answer. There was a girl, one of the most beautiful girls I ever met. I'm not going to say her name either. It started with a J, but I contact her like.
No, I'm putting these away because every time I eat them, I'm choking on these. This is like one of my favorite snacks. It's a nice healthy snack. It doesn't have any salt. It's dry roasted peanuts. But I keep choking on them, and I don't want to die on camera. I don't know if I'm munching on them enough or what, but answer the question. I'm still listening. I'm putting these back in my pantry. I'm sick and tired of fucking coughing on camera. Go ahead, buddy.
Okay. So there was one girl I fell in love with when I was about 14 or 15. But I had to move away and I lost her number. And it was like 1998 when Facebook was non-existent, when the internet was non-existent. And then I found her on Facebook and I told her,
I know which girl you're talking about.
Quit stepping on my answer. I
said I remember who you're talking about.
Yeah. I'm trying to talk here.
All right, go ahead.
Okay. So there was a girl when I was 15 and 16 and I had to move away. I lost her number. The internet was non-existent. There wasn't Facebook. There wasn't Google. But like about 15 years later, I got Facebook. And like when I was 18, I was super slim. And before that, all throughout my childhood, I was super slim. But I only got fat until I got on the schizophrenic medication. And I emailed her 15 years later when I got all fat and she blocked me. And so that was not true love. So if I had to marry anybody, it would be Amy Jo Johnson because she's 53, but she's still hot.
She is still hot. Randall, I wasn't trying to step on your answer or your thing. I remembered.
Yeah, nobody gives a shit about the peanut spheres. Just put them away.
I did put them away.
Okay.
But I'm saying don't get angry. I'm just saying I just remembered you telling me this story. That's all I was trying to do.
Yeah.
Yo, Visions, what's up? He says, oh, hey, fellas, bye, fellas.
There he goes.
Don't do it for 10 stories. And he says, just joking. Well, thank God, Visions. Thank God.
I was just kidding.
Randall, I really am. I didn't mean to step on your answer, buddy.
Yeah.
I wasn't.
But you were interrupting me with a fucking diatribe about the nuts. And it's like, nobody gives a shit about the nuts.
I'm sorry, Randall. I didn't mean to do that. I just got sick and tired of fucking choking on them. I was like, I don't want to die on camera. I said, give me a second.
Yeah.
But no, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to make you a little angry, buddy. Are we good?
Yeah, we're good.
All right. I'm sorry.
It's your turn for a question now.
You know what, Randall? The ones that I prepared, I'm all done. So I need you to answer. I need to think of another one. So go ahead and ask me another one.
Okay. Number 7. What 3 questions would you ask Jesus?
Ooh, that's a good one. Probably the first one is one of the hardest ones. The first one I'd be like, why do people have to die? You know, because I miss my dad a lot.
Yeah.
So that would be one of them.
Well, you know, they're not dead forever.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying, but why? You know, why do you have to take, you know, our family members away and our friends? I would want to know what it was like when, you know, Jesus, you know, when Jesus was alive. So I'd be like, tell me about your son. Like, tell me about the good old days, you know? You know, because I'm curious because not a lot of people know exactly when Jesus died, and they know some facts about Jesus Christ, but a lot of it is hearsay, you know? So they know a lot, but then they don't know a lot about this portion of his life. So I'd be like, tell me more about the good old days with Jesus Christ, you know? Yeah. The third question, probably, I can't think of a third one right now. Just those two. Those two I would really be interested in.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
My three questions would be, it's going to sound kind of like morbid, but like when you were dying on the cross, did you have like visions of everybody? And when I say everybody, I mean, were you thinking of like specifically me or just people in general?
That's a good one.
I know I probably already know the answer, but you know.
That's a good one. I like that one. All right.
And the other two questions would be, how can I be really happy while still living chastely? You know, you know, and will I ever get married?
Oh yeah, I would want to know that too, because I'm getting sick and tired of looking for misfears, because it's been a long hunt.
I would like that one answered quickly. You know,
I'd be like, and why have you made me wait so long? And I would look at God and be like, I forgot about that, Randall. I'd be like, can't I be happy? Everybody else gets to be happy. Why can't I find Mrs. Fears? You know?
Well, I mean, I would just ask when, but if I were Jesus and I was going to answer that question, I'd be like, well, sometimes, you know, if somebody just gives you a car versus you working really hard for 5 years for it, which one would you appreciate more? You'd appreciate the one you worked for the most.
Yeah, that's true. I would appreciate it. I mean, because I've been looking for her for a long time. So yeah, I would appreciate her more if eventually I finally found her. What's up, Visions? How you been, buddy? How's the day been? I hope you're doing well. So, Randall, I may continue the stream after you go because we've only got about 5 or 6 minutes left.
Yeah, we got 6.
Because Randall has to go buy his mom dinner. So yeah,
'tis your turn.
So, Randall, we'll definitely have to do a part 2 because we only got through a couple of questions, buddy. But,
we only got through 8 of mine.
I'll be honest.
I've got 40.
I'll be honest. I definitely did enjoy our conversation as always.
Yeah.
And I love your in-depth answers and my in-depth answers, and it's been a good chat.
A lot of these are good questions, huh?
They are. You had some great questions. I had some great questions. I only prepared about 5 or 10 because I was like, well, Randy's got 40, so I'll just prepare like 10 questions. And I pretty much asked all the stuff. So I'm gonna go to a classic internet question, Randall, because I can't think of anything. So let me. I'll just write random questions because there's a lot of awesome random questions on the internet. So random questions. Let's see what pops up. So yeah, Visions, I hope you had a good day, buddy. I really hope you have. All right, here we go. Let's see here. Oh, here's a good one, Randall. Oh, never mind. I've already asked that one. What's a story of one of your friends' most embarrassing moments? Not you. One of your friends' most embarrassing moment.
One of my friends' most embarrassing moments.
Yeah, that was a question off of Google.
Let's see.
It would be easy to ask you your embarrassing moment, but it said, like, I literally wrote random questions and then I clicked on it and it said 30 random questions and I went down to 30 and it said, what's your friend's most embarrassing moment?
I don't know if I've ever been witness to friends being embarrassed. My friend Mike got reamed pretty hard one night at a comedy night.
All right, Red, I'll make it easy. What's one of Fears' most embarrassing moments that you remember? Because there's a lot of them. There's a lot of them.
How many people are in Wentzville, Fears?
Oh, yeah.
That's probably one of them.
I'll never live that down. Oh, you got it wrong, Fears.
Yeah.
Who gives a shit? Yeah, so I'll probably never live that one down, Randall.
Yeah.
Really? That's the most embarrassing one?
I think my friend Mike is, well, he was my friend. I had to get rid of him because he just did not know he didn't know the proper thing to say and what was the improper thing to say.
I remember him, Randall. He's a nice guy, but like
very loud, and if I had to sum him up in one word, I would say obnoxious.
Yeah, he was like, remember when we
went
out,
he gets in trouble a lot.
Remember it was you, me, and him. We went out to karaoke that night, and he got all drunk and stuff. And I'm like, Mike, calm down, buddy.
Yeah,
he was fierce.
And
number. I'm like, so go get her number. And he's like, I'm gonna tear that pussy up. And I was like, dude, calm down, man.
Yeah, and one night I was out with Mike, and he got so drunk. I was like, you can go home by yourself, Mike. I'm not getting in the car with you. So he went home, and then later on that night, the DJ told me, Randy, it is so good that your friend Mike went home when he did, because about 3 of us in the bar were about to severely kick his ass. Like, he was doing stuff like grabbing chicks' butts and
that's
coming on to them and stuff. And I was like, yeah. And that is when I ended my friendship with Mike. I was like, Mike, 3 people that night said they wanted to kick your ass, and I knew all 3 of those people.
Randall, that's quite disgusting that Mike pulled down his pants and cummed on a girl.
No, he didn't do that. I said he grabbed people.
I'm joking, Randall. I'm playing.
Oh shit!
I'm joking around. Picture Mike doing that. Hey, Randall, guess what?
No, I'd rather not picture that.
I'm joking, Randall. I'm playing around. Vision says, I'm doing well, enjoying the stream. Well, good, Visions. I'm glad that you and everybody else are enjoying the stream. I'll probably keep the stream going a little bit until after Randall goes. Randall, I think my most embarrassing moment was when I went on a conniption fit. And I mean, I had a shit fit when Pixel said, well, I mean, the boycott's going on, and I tore him a new asshole. I was like, I'm done. I've had enough. And I saw red, and I literally wanted to kill Pixel. I was like, you goddamn motherfucker, you had to bring it up again. You had to bring it up. And I went on this 10-minute fucking rant. It's probably the most maddest I've ever been on camera.
Yeah.
I wanted to kill Pixel that day.
Yeah. So I'm going to wrap it up with the 8th question, and then I got to go.
All right, buddy. Well, I wish you could stay longer, but I understand you got to get your mom dinner. So
yeah. So number 8, what were some of your favorite comics? And I'm talking about specific issues. I know you like Batman. I know you like Superman.
Yeah.
But what were some of your specific stories that you liked?
Okay. Again, when I was a kid, I didn't read a lot of comic books. I read some of the old comic books that my dad gave me. Remember I told you about that?
Yeah.
I watched a lot of comic book movies growing up with my dad, but
yeah,
the ones that I actually did read were my dad's old comic books. And I remember one of my favorites was my dad had The Death of Superman.
Mm.
Oh, wait, no, it wasn't that. It was, hang on. Oh, God. Oh, man, this is going back a few years, Randall. I don't know. No, that wasn't out. It was oh, I can't. Randall, ask me another question. I can't remember
Well, here, let me answer this, and then I'll click off. One of my favorite Batman comics.
I can't remember any certain stories that I remember. Yeah. So just ask me a different question, because that's so long ago, Randall, and I honestly can't remember.
Well, I want to answer this one too. So
okay, go ahead.
So now there was a Batman comic called Eclipso. Eclipso was a demon, and the way you got possessed by Eclipso, and you had a little gem, and I think if you said Eclipso's name on like a full eclipse, he would possess your body. and the Joker got a hold of the Eclipso gem, and he set Eclipso on a full moon, and Eclipso possessed him, and like the Joker was like all roided out, and he had bloodshot eyes and everything. And I remember one specific thing about that comic is that whoever drew that comic knew how to fucking draw women, because that episode was so full of so many like naked women and like women wearing barely anything. I was like, whoever this artist is, he likes women because he draws them freaking amazing.
Actually, Randall, I do remember one funny one. I don't know if it was my favorite one. I remember in the 6th or 7th grade, like the DARE program and all that.
Yeah.
I think it was in 6th grade, maybe 5th grade. They handed out comic books, and they did a story about Spider-Man tackling smoking, and he sees like these college kids, and he goes, "Yeah, you think you're real cool." And then the dialogue was so hilarious, right? He's like, "Yeah, man, smoking's cool. I smoke all the time. Smoking's awesome." And then Spider-Man said something like, "Oh yeah, you're too cool for school." And he's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna drop out and just smoke." And I fucking lost my mind.
Yeah.
And so that one I kind of enjoyed. But ask me another question, because I don't really.
I still have some more on my list. So
go ahead.
The one of the comics that I remember getting was called The Punisher's Top 30 Hit List.
Mm-hmm.
And what was funny about it was that it included some of Punisher's bad guys, but the Punisher actually wanted to kill some really famous Marvel heroes. Like,
oh really?
Spider-Man was like 27th on the list, and Daredevil was like 29th on the list. And it had all his reasons why he wanted to kill these people. And he's like, Spider-Man's a degenerate. He's a glory hound. And I'm pretty sure he's killed a few people. And he's a vigilante, and he doesn't have the right to do what I want to do. And Daredevil's like a devil worshiper, and he worships Satan. And some people say he works for the Kingpin. So there were a lot of bad guys on the list, but there were some people on the list that you were like, why do you want to kill those guys? They're good guys.
Yeah, why would he want to kill Spider-Man? Spider-Man's like a 17-year-old kid going to school, and he's just your neighbor.
Well, he doesn't know any of that. He just knows Spider-Man's a vigilante, and he doesn't like vigilantes. It's okay for the Punisher to be a vigilante, but for Spider-Man to be a vigilante, oh no, that's no good.
I was surprised when you said the Spider-Man, because I was like, what did Spider-Man ever do to Punisher? I'm like, I thought they were bros.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think the point of the book was trying to get across that the Punisher deep down is actually a psychopath who doesn't actually have that moral a high ground to stand on. He doesn't really, he's not really thinking straight. He gets shot and stabbed all the time and beaten. He's taken like tons of blows to the head. So, and he's not a mutant, so those blows to the head, they mess with you after a while.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. So I'll end with the 9th question. Mm-hmm. What were some of your favorite episodes of Gotham? Because you said you went all through Gotham and you watched the entire 7 seasons. So
it's been a while since I've seen the show, but I don't remember all the scenes, but I remember certain scenes. Like I remember one where a guy comes to Bruce Wayne's gate, and he's really butthurt about something, and he's really mad at Bruce Wayne and all that kind of shit. I remember that. And then I remember like some of the scenes, like back like when he's a kid. I like all the flashback sequences of like, it tells a little bit more of the story of how his parents died, and I like their take on it. Every time in a comic book or every time in a Batman movie, it's always the same type of shit where they hash out. They're leaving an opera, they're leaving a theater, and why can't they just walk on a sidewalk? Why do they have to cut down an alleyway? They cut down an alleyway, and a robber comes out of nowhere and says, "Give me all your money. Give me the pearls, Mrs. Wayne." They fight back. Bruce Bruce Wayne's dad tries to fight back. The guy ends up shooting him. So I like their take on. They did it a little different. I just like the look of Gotham, Randall. They took a few chances where others wouldn't.
Yeah.
And again,
it's
been a while since I watched the show, so I'm trying to remember certain things, but hopefully that answers your question.
In the series, Catwoman was a witness to the Wayne's murder.
Yeah. So it's been a while. I probably should re-rent it and re-watch it, you know, because it's been a while since I've watched it.
Yeah, one of my favorite scenes is when anything with Hugo Strange. Hugo Strange has not been, to my knowledge, okay, there might be some fact checkers out there to prove me wrong, but to my knowledge, Hugo Strange hasn't been done in live action until Gotham, and they made both Hugo Strange and the Mad Hatter kind of hypnotists, and I know about a lot about conversational hypnosis, and a lot of what they do is spot on and correct with how it's actually done.
Yeah, buddy.
So there you go. So yeah, we will pick up with questions 10 through 40 sometime later. And I am going to go get some sushi, my friend, or some Chinese food.
Randall, before you go, what's your favorite episode of Gotham? Your all-time favorite?
My favorite episode of Gotham has to be when Jeremiah Valeska is revealed as the Joker.
Right on.
Yeah.
Sweet. Well, buddy, tell your mom I said hi, and thanks a lot for doing the stream. And I've had sushi only a couple of times, but one of the times we went to that Chinese restaurant, Randall, and you had me try it, and their version of sushi was pretty good.
Yep. All right. Talk to you later.
All right, Randall. Call me later. Call me later after the stream. All right, buddy. All right. Peace. That was Randall, guys. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. If you guys got any more questions, let me know. But it's always fun hanging out with Randall. Always a pleasure. So, Visions, did we have many orders tonight? Did we? Was it a busy day at www.exhumvisions.com? Let me know. But be sure to check out exhumvisions.com. Be sure to check out Randall at Cameo Man 2021 and the Mayor of Magic. His 2 channels. Randall makes great content. So, yeah. Well, I'm going to end the show with a couple of random questions off the internet. And if you guys have any questions for me before I go, let me know. So let me pull up. I'll pull up some questions. And I hope you guys have a wonderful night. It's been a pretty good day. I'm just tired. Ugh. All right. Let's see here. Let me try to find some really good ones. Let's see. What was the worst meal that you've ever had? Ooh, that's a good one. One of the worst meals I ever had, ever, was when I was in England. Them putting corn on pizza is just fucking horrible. It tastes nasty. It is so gross. It's Visions, if you ever go to England, do not eat pizza with corn on it. Ugh, it was disgusting. So yeah. So yeah, it was pretty nasty. Visions, it was pretty nuts. Visions, did you have a lot of orders today, buddy? Or was it a chill day? Was it a chill day at visions.com or was it a busy day, buddy? Let me know. Visions, did you want to come in for a couple minutes? I sent you the link. Are you okay? You know, you're always welcome on the show, buddy. And I'll apologize if Fears was a little grumpy today. I didn't get I got too much sleep, but I've had a massive headache all day, so I apologize if Fears was a little annoyed today. Yeah. I like cornmeal crust pizzas. Oh man, I don't know if I could do that. I don't know if I could do it, Visions. Ugh. So yeah. Nah, no thanks. It's a chill day, not working or anything. Oh, that's good. Well, at least it's a chill day, buddy, and you're not working. Well, maybe next time you can come in, man. Maybe next time you can come in and chill. No pressure, though. I always give Visions the option. All right. Yeah, today, I don't know. I've just been kind of not annoyed. Well, I'm annoyed that I have such a bad headache, but thank God the headache's slowly going away. But yeah, I woke up today and man, it was just pounding on my head, and oh, it just sucks. All right, let's see here. Let's see. Let's see here. How would you rate your friend's laugh 1 through 10? I don't know. That's a weird question. Randall has a pretty hilarious laugh. I'd probably give Randall's laugh about an 8. So yeah. I don't know. I don't know how to respond to that question. Let's see here. Let's see here. Let's see here. I'm trying to find a really good question. Let's see here. You know what? I'll answer a film school question because I see some film school questions. What was your favorite subject in film school? I mean, there was a lot, but one of my favorites in film school was script writing class, where we got to write scripts. One of the first scripts that Fears ever wrote was a script called Mirrors, and it was like a time travel script where I wrote about this scientist. He didn't really have a time machine that he jumped into, but he had this watch, or kind of this bracelet type of thing, where he would input certain things. Not really a time. He just inputted data inside this little device that he wore, and then that machine kind of did like a Matrix thing, like with the mirror being all wavy, and he would jump through the mirror, and then he would come out the other side of a mirror in a different time period. So, and I called the script Mirrors. And it was a pretty long script. I wrote about 100 pages. About 100 pages. So, I still have it somewhere. It's in a box somewhere. So, if I ever find it in Missouri, I'll read some of it to you guys. I'll be honest, I don't remember if it was 50 pages or 100. It was somewhere around there. I'm almost 100% positive it was 100 pages. But yeah. But I don't want to lie to you guys. It was around there, around 50 to 100 pages. So yeah. Well, with that, I'm going to get a shower, get something to eat because Fears has to go into work later on tonight. But I appreciate all my loving and loyal fans tuning in as always. We had a few trolls running in. I had to time a couple people out because they were just annoying the fuck out of me. So, but nothing too bad. Anyway, but Visions, Joy Boy, everybody else in the chat, Larry, Triple, let's see here, who else? Richie stopped by, Heroes, Pretend Stories. Thanks everybody for tuning in. It's always a lot of fun. It's always a lot of fun hanging out with you guys, and always a blast hanging out with Randall. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe to FearsMan26, the main channel, and Fears Vlogs, the second channel, the thing that you're watching right now. Check me out on TikTok. Follow me on TikTok, FearsMan26. And you guys have a wonderful night. Hopefully the week goes fast so we can get back to the weekend, because I love the weekends, but it sucks that the weekend is almost over. Sucks. All right. Well, Fears loves you. Fears cares about you. Cheers. And I'm going to skedaddle. So this is Fears signing off. Peace. Deuces. All right, later.